Blue, you are Tuku. In the middle, red, Lavo. And on the end, Gata.
Have you ever been watching Survivor and thought, how do they come up with the names of the tribes? Well, you're in luck, because that is exactly what I'm going to tell you today. Tribes have been a crucial part of Survivor since the beginning, and as of Survivor 47, there have been 165 unique tribes in the show's history, each one of them with their own unique name. But where do these names come from? Most of the time, they come from local geographical landmarks, flora and fauna, groups of native people, or sometimes just a random word or phrase. Once all the starting tribes merge, the remaining players get to then name their new tribe themselves, which has resulted in some interesting names. Most seasons contain a scene where the merged tribe comes up with their name, but sometimes they don't. So before we officially get started, I wanted to shout out the Survivor Wiki. I know some of you are like, boo, fandom, but there's a lot of great information out there that makes the lives of content creators like me so much easier. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Beginning with Season 1, Borneo, the two starting tribes, Tagi and Pagan, were named after the corresponding beaches in Pulau Tiga on which the tribes lived. Makes perfect sense. This season also contains the first scene of the players naming the merged tribe. And let me tell you, they made an event out of it. In Episode 7, Before the Merge, the Merger, one representative from each tribe, Sean for Tagi and Jenna for Pagan, were chosen to go to a summit where the two got to decide on which original tribe's beach the players would make their home for the remainder of the game and come up with the name for their new tribe. During these important discussions, they were treated to a lovely candlelit dinner and wine. Yeah, this was a pretty transparent attempt by the show to get Sean and Jenna to hook up. And yeah, it failed. Fellas, here's a pro tip. On the first date, might not be the best idea to explain what each base means. But anyway, the name they came up with was Ratana, which was named after the rattan palm trees that cover the islands. I could have sworn that the name came from the rats that ran around, which would have made sense for this season, but I guess not. Season 2, the Australian Outback, marks the first time the tribes were named after local wildlife. Kucha and Ogakor come from the Aboriginal Australians' words for kangaroos and crocodiles, two of Australia's most notable animals. This means that, yes, the famous story of the word kangaroo coming from the Aboriginals' word for I don't know is complete bunk. Though, if you've ever seen Arrival, you probably already knew that. But anyway, continuing with the animal theme, the merged tribe, Barramundi, comes from the barramundi, or Asian sea bass, a species of fish typically found in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Unlike the previous season, the two tribes were both forced to pack up their things and move to a new beach. Also, I absolutely love the scene where the Kucha men see Colby and Keith show up when they were expecting the women. I don't know, it's just the simple things sometimes. Fittingly, Season 3, Africa, decided to name its starting tribes after two groups of native African people. Boran for the Borana Oromo, and Samburu for, well, the Samburu. In case you didn't know, the Samburu were actually the ones who performed the cow blood draining ritual for the famous blood drinking challenge in Episode 2. I guess because of that, it was fate that Samburu would win. No over-the-top cross-tribal merge summit this time, but don't worry, we'll be seeing it again real soon. The merged tribe in this season marks the first time that a tribe name consisted of multiple words. Motomaji is taken from the Swahili words for fire and water, respectively. Really cool name, in all honesty, and definitely fitting for Survivor. Well done, everyone. I hope all merged tribe names continue to be this inspired. Foreshadowing. So, we've had tribes named after islands, animals, and people. What next? Let's see, spin the wheel, the weather, sure. In Marquesas, the starting tribes, Rotu and Mataamu, come from the Tahitian words for rain and southern wind. For those who don't know, the Marquesas Islands, where this season was filmed, as well as Tahiti, are part of French Polynesia. This season also marks an important first for the series. The players naming the merged tribe a nonsense word that doesn't actually mean anything, while passing it off as a real word. In this case, Kathy and Boston Rob, during the merge summit, see I told you to be back, decided to name the merged tribe Soliantu, which they claim means sacred allegiance to the sun. Yeah, sure. Even though Soliantu is clearly not a real word, I will give them credit because they clearly tried to come up with a good name rather than taking the piss out of the whole thing. Cause trust me, we'll see plenty of that later, including from Rob. Oh boy, next up is Thailand. Yay! So where do our tribe names come from this time? Well, both are derived from Thai phrases. Sukjai means happy heart. This tribe was given that name? Seriously? Okay, whatever you say. As for Chewigan, their name means to help one another. Again, this tribe? Whatever, let's just do the merge tribe. Once we actually get to the merge, any day now. Finally, okay. So this is where we begin to see a recurring merge tribe naming scheme that started off as cute and then later became lazy. Chewijai, as I'm sure you can gather, is a portmanteau of the starting tribe names. Fine, I guess. Can we please get to Amazon now? Oh, thank God. Going back to wildlife, the starting tribes of Season 6 are named after two animals native to the Amazon. Jabiru for the Jabiru, a genus of stork, and Tambaqui for the Tambaqui, a species of fish. The merged tribe, Jacare, continues this theme, being named for the Jacare caiman, a species of crocodile. Yo-ho, me hearties! The tribes for Pearl Islands be named after two legendary privateers. Okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Fans of the Uncharted game series should be very well aware of Sir Francis Drake, whose surname was given to one of the tribes. The other, Morgan, was named after Sir Henry Morgan, a fellow explorer. And yes, was also the inspiration for Captain Morgan. Fun fact, these two would never have had the chance to meet, as Morgan was born nearly 40 years after Drake died. The merged tribe, Balboa, was named after... Wait, what do you mean I'm forgetting a tribe? There were only two starting tribes this season. Oh, right, the Outcasts. I guess I should include them for posterity's sake. Why are they called the Outcasts? Because they were cast out from their tribes. Wow. To be serious for a moment, I don't actually know if production gave them this name or if they got to choose it themselves, but either way, I know this twist has a lot of controversy surrounding it. But I always enjoyed it. It fits the pirate theme to have a group of pirates who walked the plank return to exact revenge. Which they did. Captain Jack Sparrow would be proud. Anyways, now the merged tribe. Balboa was named after Rupert's snake buddy that he found earlier in the game. R.I.P. Now, whether intentional or otherwise, the name Balboa actually fits this location, as the Balboa is one of the central currencies of Panama, where the Pearl Islands reside, alongside the US dollar. The Balboa was named after Spanish explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa, who traveled through Panama on his journey from North to South America. So either Rupert really did his homework before going out and picked a fitting name for his pet snake, or he just thought the name was cool and all of this is pure coincidence. Knowing Rupert, who's to say? Staying in the Pearl Islands, as if to go full circle, the three starting tribes in All-Stars were named after some of the actual islands. For the second of many times, the merged tribe Chibougamauga is simply an amalgamation of all the initial tribes' names. Actually, let's start a counter of the number of merged tribes that follow this pattern. So far, we're at 2. Place your bets now on how many we'll have by the end of the video. Like Marquesas and Pearl Islands before it, Vanuatu comprises a multitude of islands. The season was filmed on Afate, Lepevi lends its name to the original men's tribe, and Tana contains a volcano, Mount Yasser, whose name would be given to the original women's tribe. The merged tribe is another inspired one, Alinta, which is derived from an Aboriginal word meaning people of fire. Given that the subtitle for this season was Islands of Fire, I think this was a perfect name for this tribe. Great job, Scout. Oh, Palau. As I'm sure you all know, due to the unprecedented losing streak of the Ulan tribe, there were only 2 tribes this season. Here we have another season where the tribes are named after islands in the surrounding area. Though, it's worth noting that the show was filmed on Koror. Maybe it was a sign. One of my personal favorite locations and seasons, Guatemala, decided to name its tribes after 2 Maya runes located in the area where the season was filmed. Nakum is where the marooning took place. This building here is where Stephanie and Bobby John walked out when they were revealed. And Yasha is where Tribal Council was located. There are probably other examples, but those are the 2 that immediately come to mind. Super cool that the show was given the opportunity to film in these incredible spots. It's disappointing that the merged tribe is just another combination of the starting tribe's names, but I can't complain too much. Returning to the Pearl Islands for Season 12, we have 4 tribes this go around, at least for the first episode, each named after some of the islands not already chosen for All-Stars. I'm not sure if I should say this one, because I know that this word isn't exactly politically correct anymore, but yeah, the merged tribe means that in Spanish. Finally, leaving Panama, we have another set of islands, the Cook Islands. The 4 original, racially divided tribes were all named after some of the titular islands. And add 1 more to the combined merged tribe name counter. Ah, Fiji, how we tolerate you. Though you might be surprised to know that this season was filmed in a much different area than seasons 33 onwards. This season was filmed on Vanua Levu, whereas the other Fiji seasons were filmed in the Mamanuca Islands. The tribes were all named after random Fijian words, a trend that we'll see much more of in the future, trust me. Not much more to say here, so it's off to China. As you might expect, China's tribes are named after some Chinese phrases. Fei Lon means flying dragon, and Zhanhu means fighting tiger. Fighting tiger, flying dragon. Why does that sound so familiar? I guess it doesn't matter. The merged tribe follows suit. Hai Dafun translates to black fighting wind, or a more accurate translation, black typhoon, which is pretty badass sounding, I have to say. Also, fun fact, this is the only tribe in Survivor history to have 3 words in its name. Hey, I recognize this place. Yep, looks like we're back in Palau for Season 16. Irai, the original fans tribe, comes from Irai, the second most populous state in Palau, behind Koror. And Malakal, the original favorites tribe, comes from Malakal, an island within Koror that also contains its main port of the same name. Now the merged tribe Dabu, which was suggested by Eric, means good in Micronesian. And you know what? I have no reason to not believe him on this. He clearly did his research before going out, and didn't totally just use the Orcish word for I obey, which became a popular meme for Warcraft, and then convinced everyone that it was a real word. Nope, not at all. Alright, moving into HD, we have Fawn and Coda from Gabon. Like their prior excursion to Kenya back in Season 3, the show decided to name the tribes after groups of people native to Gabon. You'll never guess how they came up with the merged tribe name this time. Yep, you know, this perfectly sums up this season. Backwards. Tocantins follows trends from previous seasons. The Jalapao tribe was named after the region in Tocantins where the season was filmed. And Timbira was named after a native Brazilian group. I haven't done any concrete analysis on this is purely hypothetical, but I suspect that there's a high likelihood that tribes that are named after the location in which the season is filmed have a higher likelihood of producing a winner. I mean, you have Koror, Jalapao, maybe there's something to this. Henry, if you're watching this, feel free to make a video on it. Sorry, I got off track. The merged tribe, Forza, is not named after the game series, however, both come from the Portuguese and Italian words for strength. Are you surprised that Coach suggested this name? Of course not. You know, I have to wonder if production sometimes comes up with tribe names by just browsing through the dictionary of whatever the native language is and just picking whatever words sound the coolest. Because that's the only way the tribe names for Samoa make any sense. Foa Foa is trumpet shell, and Galoo is wave. I guess they're both nature themed, but that's kind of a stretch. Though once again, the players come in clutch with a great merged tribe name, Aiga, which means family. Incredibly solid choice, though kind of hilarious given how dysfunctional this group was, particularly the old Galoo members. For the first time in Survivor history, the starting tribes in Heroes vs. Villains were just named after their corresponding groups. I mean, makes sense. This season didn't have a swap, so they had no good reason to change them. The merged tribe name is also perfect, Yin Yang. Do I need to explain why this fits so well? I mean, you all know the significance of this symbol. Wow, 3 great merged tribe names in a row. I'm impressed. I hope we can keep this up. Kicking off the Dark Ages, we have Survivor Nicaragua. Like Samoa, this one feels like they just picked random words out of a Spanish dictionary that sounded cool. La Flor means the flower, and espada means sword. Maybe they were going for a peace versus war thing, but that's probably a stretch. Though I guess the merged tribe, Libertad, which means liberty, does fall in line with this, whether intentional or otherwise. Neat thing I never noticed before, but apparently this season was the first to have the starting tribes buffs feature their name, a trend which would continue for each season up to Edge of Extinction, excluding Game Changers and David vs. Goliath. Remaining in Nicaragua for Season 22, we return to island names once again, as Zapatera and Ometepe are both islands in Lake Nicaragua. Fun fact, the volcano in which Rob tosses the idol clue is on Ometepe. Fate rears its head again, it would seem, in what is probably my favorite instance of Castaways completely taking the piss out of naming the merged tribe. Boston Rob suggests the name Merlonio, which, well, I'll just let him explain.
Merlonio doesn't mean anything. It's just an inside joke between Amber and I. She has a bunch of stuffed animals, and Merlonio is like the ringleader. So that's the name of our new tribe.
Back in Samoa and back to islands, South Pacific's Savaii and Upolu don the names of the two main islands in Samoa. Also, Sophie was on Upolu, and Upolu is where this season was filmed. Just saying, I think there's something to this. The merged tribe Tetuna refers to the god of eels in Polynesian mythology, specifically the tale of Sinna and the eel. If you've ever seen Moana, Maui references this tale in the song You're Welcome, where he claims to have been the one to have killed the eel and grown the coconut trees. Before we leave Samoa for good, we have one last stop for Survivor One World, everyone's favorite season. The starting tribes, Salani and Manono, refer to a town in Upolu and another island respectively. The merged tribe name actually comes from one of Troyzan's pet marmoset monkeys named Tiki, plus the Spanish word año, which means year. So, the year of Tiki. You know, Troyzan having a bunch of monkeys as pets makes way too much sense. For our 4-season stay in the Philippines, we start with the 3 initial tribes for Season 25, Tandane, Calaba, and Matsin, which all refer to animals: rooster, carabao, a species of bison, and monkey. This also marks the first time the tribe buffs contain an image of their corresponding animal namesake, which I think is a really nice touch, and something that future seasons will do as well when applicable. For the merged tribe, the castaways suffered a lot of rainfall this season, and so decided to take out their frustrations on their name. Dane Rain. Get it? Dane. Rain. Clever. RC doesn't seem to think so, though. Oh well. Fans vs. Favorites 2 Electric Boogaloo contains Goda, original fans, and Bacall, original favorites, named after a beach and town in Caramoan, respectively. Malcolm strikes again with Enil Adam for the merged tribe. What does this one mean? Well, Enil Adam is in fact Madeline backwards, which is the name of Malcolm's mom. Aw, isn't that sweet? Hey, speaking of moms, Season 27, Blood vs. Water, brings back the random Filipino words for its tribes. Galain, meaning respect, Tadhana, meaning fate or destiny, and Kasama, the merged tribe, meaning companion, which I think is perfectly fitting for the Blood vs. Water theme. Nice. So far, in these Philippines seasons, we've gone from random words to geographic locations, back to random words, and now back to geographic locations for Cagayan. Luzon, the Shit for Brains tribe, comes from the Luzon Island group, the largest in the Philippines, in which Cagayan is one of the regions. Original Brawn and Beauty, Apari and Solana come from 2 municipalities within Cagayan. Add another to our combo merged tribe names, as Solarion manages to combine all 3 starting tribe names. I honestly had no idea that this one was a combo name until researching for this video, so that's pretty neat. The return to Nicaragua in Season 29 also brings the return of mythology. San Juan del Sur's starting tribes refer to 2 figures from Maya mythology: Hunapu, one of the Maya hero twins alongside Xbalanque, and Coyopa, the Maya god of thunder. In what I believe is our final combo merge name, we have Hoyopa. Oh, I'm sorry, #Hoyopa. God. Season 30, Worlds Apart's 3 starting tribes all get their names from locations in Nicaragua. Original White Collar and No Collar, Masaya and Nagarote, are cities, and original Blue Collar, Escameca, is a beach. One of the more well-known and infamous merged tribe names, Merica, comes from, well, I think you know. Yes, not Murica, Merica. And with that, we can finally leave Nicaragua behind and set sail for Cambodia. The Second Chance starting tribes, Takeo and Bayon, plus the expanded tribe Angkor, all refer to ancient Khmer temples. Angkor Wat is actually the temple the castaways walked through during the opening. I couldn't confirm if the other 2 temples were ever featured in the season, but it's entirely possible that they were, and I just couldn't find them. The merge tribe, or Kun, which came from Kimi, means thank you. We're not quite done with Cambodia, as our second Brains v Brawn v Beauty season had 3 starting tribes, all named after different Cambodian islands. Like last time, the merge tribe Dara's name comes from a Khmer word meaning star. At this point, I'd like to have a moment of silence for this era of Survivor. Thank you. From now into the foreseeable future, we will be trapped in the Mamanuca Islands in Fiji. As such, most of the tribe names will simply be taken from random Fijian words. There's little in the way of symbolic significance for most of them, though they'll sometimes try to have names within the same season follow a similar theme. So we'll be going through these mostly quickly, save for the merged tribe names, which tend to be more interesting. For our permanent Fiji vacation, we begin with the tribes in Season 33, Millennials vs. Gen X. Vanua, the original Millennial tribe, means home or land. Takali, the original Gen X tribe, is open sea. The expanded tribe, Ikabula, is turtle. And the merged tribe, Vinaka, takes a page out of Cambodia's book, as it also means thank you. Game Changers, Mana, and Nuku mean power and sand. And no, the winner doesn't come from power, what are you crazy? The expanded tribe Tavua breaks the mold and decides to go for a geographic location again. In this case, a town on Viti Levu, the largest Fijian island. Wait, I could have sworn that we were done with the combined merged tribe names, but apparently not, as Maku Maku combines Mana and Nuku, only twice. Daring today, aren't we? HHH goes back to random words. The original Heroes tribe, Levu, means big or great, which I suppose does sort of fit, though by contrast, the original Healers and Hustlers, Soko and Yawa, don't seem to have any tangible connection. Soko means beam or to sail, and Yawa means distant or far. Yeah, I got nothing. God damn it, I swear this is the last one. For real this time. Salawa, the merged tribe of HHH, combines all 3 starting tribes' names. Ghost Island, I'm guessing in keeping with the island theme, names all pre-merged tribes after different Fijian islands. Naviti is home to a large volcano and is located in the Yasua Islands. The other 2, Malolo and Yanua, are both within the Mamanuca Islands. Malolo is actually the largest of this group, which is ironic given how Malolo did this season. The merged tribe, Levita, supposedly means to bring or take fire, but I couldn't find a way to confirm this. I tried entering it into Google Translate and it gave me laundry. I'll give credit where it's due. The tribe names for David vs. Goliath kinda fit. The original David tribe was Vuku, meaning ability or wise, and the original Goliath tribe was Jebeni, meaning champion. I'll be damned, those work. It's sort of a Brains v Brawn thing they've got going on. Even the expanded tribe, Tiva, makes sense, as it means to divert or stray. I'm impressed. The merged tribe, Kalo Kalo, means star, which is a fine name, but color me pleasantly surprised that the names of the pre-merged tribes seem to have had some thought put into them. And then Edge of Extinction goes back to random Fijian words. Ah well, they can't all be winners. Not yet, anyways. The merged tribe this time around is a doozy. I don't fully understand all of this myself, but as best as I can explain, there's a form of alternative medicine originating from India known as Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, there exists the concept of the dosha, meaning that which can cause problems. There are 3 major doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata is associated with change and movement and characterized by pain. Apparently Lauren suggested this one, and all I have to say to her is, thank you so much for making me look all this stuff up so that I can make this video. I really appreciate it. Island of the Idols keeps things simple and names its starting tribes after animals once again. Vokai meaning forest gecko or iguana, and Lyro meaning land crab. The merged tribe, Lumuwaku, is another interesting one. This came from Jack, whose father would say it before leaving for deployments. Apparently, it's an acronym that means love you, miss you, really wanna kiss you. That's sweet and all, Jack, but given the season you're on, maybe not the best name you could have gone with. If you were hoping for the big 20th anniversary celebration to have thematic names, you'll be disappointed, as the winners at war tribes all go back to random words again, though the merged tribe has some meaning behind it. According to Adam via his Reddit AMA, the name Koru was his idea, and came from the necklace that Jeremy was wearing, a spiral shape which symbolizes new beginnings, growth, and strength. I guess I see what he's getting at, though I always thought it was just an ordinary shell. But what do I know? Barring a couple of exceptions, all starting tribes in the new era are taken from random Fijian words. So not a ton of nuance here, outside of the merged tribes, of course. Survivor 41 goes for the weather, which we haven't seen for a while. Via Kana, the merged tribe is Hunger, which, yeah, I guess that's a pretty apt tribe name for Survivor. Survivor 42 goes back to animals. Taku comes from the Fijian word for the hawksbill sea turtle. Vati references the batiloa, a species of swimming crab. And Ika is fish. Just fish. The merged tribe Kula Kula references the collared lory, which is the national bird of Fiji. Survivor 43 goes for trees, which is unique. Baka is the Fijian name for the small-leaved fig. Koko refers to Koka, which is the Fijian name for the bishop wood. And Vesi is the Fijian name for the Pacific teak. While the merged tribe Gaia gets its name from Cassidy's cat. Survivor 44 mixes things up a tiny bit. While 2 out of the 3 starting tribes, Ratu and Soka, continue the practice of using random Fijian words, the third tribe, Tika, is actually a Maori word meaning righteousness. I guess it sort of fits, given that the big theme with this tribe was that they all go against the grain. Or maybe I'm just thinking too hard about all this. It's okay, we're in the home stretch. The merged tribe is pretty clever. Va is the Fijian word for the number 4. So Va is 4-4. Get it? Survivor 44? Though, if we're being pedantic, the correct word for the number 44 in Fijian would be Vasagavalu Ka Va. But I suppose that would be too long for a tribe name. Survivor 45 is thankfully much simpler. All 3 starting tribes are named after birds, which fits given the presence of pelicans on the logo and the immunity idol, as well as the bird skulls on the immunity necklace. The merged tribe, Dakuwaka, is named after a shark deity in Fijian mythology. Survivor 46, like Survivor 44, decided to have one tribe be special and not be a Fijian word, but rather a Japanese word. Though, unlike 44, the winner did not come from this tribe. Too bad. The merged name, Nui Nui, as explained by Charlie, comes from the Fijian word Inui Nui, which means hope. Here we go, last season as of this video. This is probably as simple and clean a tribe list as you can get. All tribes, including the merged tribe, are named after different creepy crawlies. Perfect synergy, and good on the players for seizing the opportunity to keep in theme and name the merged tribe after bats. I think we all would have rioted if they didn't. And with that, I am done. That was every Survivor tribe name explained. I hope you enjoyed it. I did my best to make sure I got everything factually correct, but it's possible I may have missed something. If you think of anything, just let me know and I'll leave a pinned comment with corrections. Until next time, Mathe.